Good afternoon and welcome to today's Bulldog broadcast. Today I have with me Bree Simpson. Welcome, Bree. How are you today?
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, good. Let's get into a little bit about, um, just talk to me first a little bit about all the different hats that you wear and what it's like in a rural school to have to take on so many jobs under one title.
Okay, so like you mentioned, I am the reading specialist here at Reverend Junior High School. I've been here at the school 10 years. I'm the reading specialist. I do the master schedule, um, mentor teachers, the new teachers that come in, new staff that comes in. I know what goes on, what's been going on. I plan a lot of activities for the school. Um, I wear a lot of hats, like you said.
All right, let's talk a little bit about um, sustainable change. You talked about being there 10 years and how that has put you in the know about the school. So tell me,
Mhm.
what strategies do you believe are most effective in creating lasting improvements, especially in a rural school?
Okay, so the key is building a coherent literacy system that spans all grades. I think we need a solid core reading program that includes phonics, vocabulary, fluency, comprehension, that is paired with targeted small group instruction. It has early screening, progress monitoring that will help us catch strugglers before they grow and before they struggle. So it'll help catch them early on. I also think that coaching teachers in classrooms to ensure that teachers are using strategies um, will help. I also think that just being to have personal connections with the students will help them grow as lifelong learners.
And I believe
Yes.
your gardening initiative, Grow More, Give More, is one of the ways that you can create this sustainable change because you can use the curriculum within the gardening. You can have an outdoor classroom. You create a learning experience within that classroom. And then there's that commitment to green and bringing the community in and more partners through something that is valued by the community. Okay. Well, when you think about the opposite side of that, I know you deal
Hmm.
with teachers and preparing teachers also. How do you
Hmm.
ensure that the teachers have had enough professional development to make sure that they are giving the instruction to keep the students where they need to be and also to provide the interventions that are needed?
Okay, so teachers, they need ongoing job embedded coaching. And so that's my job. My job is to, do job embedded PDs, job embedded coaching, and also give them access to resources like the scope and sequence, pacing guides. Uh, we do PLCs. I help them create formative assessments. We do like a refresher like every year of the programs that we use, especially for the ones that's been here that if we don't have a lot of teacher turnover, we'll do like a refresher of the program that we're going to use. And we do a lot of data chats, a lot of PLCs to help them with their training.
That's good. So I can see where your success comes in keeping your students and the teachers um, strengthened and prepared for those interventions. We must never neglect the idea that professional development is a commitment to sustainable change. Let's talk
Hmm.
a little bit about your community collaborations. I know you all do a lot of activities with the community and with Repton being a small community. I know family and churches are really involved in that. So, how do
Hmm.
you involve families in supporting your reading growth at home and especially in a small community like your own?
Okay, so we try to, we're big on social media. So we try to, post a lot of things on social media. We try to include them, invite them in through family nights and literacy nights, through parent teacher conference, through open house. So we try to invite them in. That way we send newsletters home. The classroom teachers send newsletters home. And we also use a program called School Status where we send messages home throughout the week.
Okay. And have these been very successful for your program? Are the parents really involved?
Yes, I think so. I think so. I also like program wise, the student reading intervention plan, the extra, we invite parents in also to help us create that plan for that child. So they're involved in every step of the way when it comes to their child.
Okay, that sounds nice. So, what about the community organizations, churches, businesses? How do they help strengthen literacy?
Okay, so actually I'm planning a family night now, which is gonna be literacy night. And I'm gonna reach out to the community helpers to help us to help me sponsor that event. So as far as door prizes, I want to give away some door prizes for the students and for the parents to, beef up their engagement. So they'll donate money and cakes and food, drinks. So that will help promote that literacy night.
Food is always a motivator.
Yes, yes, and that'd be the main thing. So
So, let's move it on a little bit more. Let's talk about a vision for thriving, and how do we empower rural schools? How can we give more power back to the school when you're in a community that often is, we're not, sometimes you all lack resources, but sometimes it's the distance from the resources.
Mhm. Very true.
So, so how do you deal with those struggles?
Um, so we have to invite people in. And so inviting people in, we heavily rely on the parents to come in and to help us with literacy. So if we invite them in, hey, can you come read a book during the Read Across America week? We reach out to the parents, we have them come in. We try to do a lot of in-house things with staff. Last year, we did a guest a reader. So we had the bus driver and the lunchroom ladies, they had to read a snippet of a book. And the students had to guess what book it was and guess who the reader was. So like through things like that, that's how we're able to make impact on our reading. It's really, really tough to get outside community in. So we kind of do a lot of things in-house.
Okay. When you think about your vision for Repton Junior High for the next 5 years, where would you like to see it go?
In 5 years, I would like to envision every student reading confidently at grade level, with teachers consistently applying evidence-based practices. I think we can reach that goal. If we don't have a huge teacher turnover, I think that goal is reachable. Literacy will be a source of pride, motivation, and opportunities for all students, which will help them succeed in school and beyond.
Nice, nice. How do you see improved literacy shaping just the outcomes in general? I mean, how do you think it can be a success for the community?
Okay, improved literacy, it empowers students to be informed and engaged citizens. So strong reading skills will help lead them to higher academic success. It gives them more career opportunities. It gives strong community involvement. So over time, a culture of learning and achievement will lift the whole community.
Nice. Um, and I think I have one more question. Let's see. If you
Okay.
could design the ideal literacy environment for Repton Junior High, what would it look like, and how would the community be a part of it?
That's a good question. Okay, the ideal environment is one where classrooms is rich in books, technology, and has diverse reading materials. To me, I would love to walk in every classroom and they have a reading area where It's evident. You can see maybe a book nook, a reading tree where they can climb up in the tree and read books. I, I think that's the ideal environment. Students are just loving to read. They're not, oh, I don't want to read, or they're loving to read. So that, to me, that's the ideal. I hope I answered the question. That's the ideal environment for me.
What greater community connections would you like to have within Repton?
I would love for the community to just pour into us. Instead of us having to reach out to them, they're knocking down the doors to come in and say, hey, how can I help? Can I come read a book this week? When can I come? Instead of us have to beg them to come in, I would love for them to just be knocking down the door. Hey, we have this and this and this for this type of resource. Can you use these for incentives? Can you use this to celebrate this? I would love that.
I noticed you all got these new, what do you call them? The planters.
Yes, the hydroponic tank.
Yes, hydroponic tanks. How do you see that playing a role in literacy?
That's a good question. I know this summer during summer camp, Mr. Pate, which is our master gardener, he used a lot of literacy to guide his STEM lessons in the garden. So using literacy as far as finding books that match what he wants to teach in the garden will help us with literacy.
And that's really, that's some of today's technology and some of the newer things that are going on in STEAM, and then bringing that literacy as a part of that to aid in the math and the science. It's just going to make the school better and offer greater pathways in spite of your rurality and, just being far away from some of the opportunities. Last thing I want to mention, and then we'll call it a day. Talk to me a little bit about teacher recruitment and keeping your teachers and trying to not have that overturn. What do you think could be some of the solutions for that?
I think, so we're 1-to-1. I mean, not 1-to-1, but we're one teacher per grade level here.
Right.
Because of our student numbers, we have 115 students, so we don't have enough to have multiple teachers per grade level. But in order to, keep teachers here and to, not have a huge turnover, I think, being able to co-plan and plan with someone in their grade level would help them. Also, the drive here to our school, it's a long drive if you stay in the city. So, some teachers will give up the small classroom size to go to the city because of the drive. The drive you really can't do anything about, but if you had somebody to co-plan with besides your reading specialist, besides your math coach, I think that would help them stay.
So you would say that the teacher isolation is a real thing.
That's
yeah. Do you all consider that within the school, the teacher isolation? How's your faculty? How are you all close knit? Do you think the PLCs help with?
Yes, absolutely. The PLCs helps a lot, and data chats and being able to do it together and being able to bounce off of the ideas, bounce off each other, that helps a lot.
Okay. All right. Well, Bree, I really appreciate your time today, and thank you for joining us again on the Bulldog Way. And I just appreciate your comments and appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I enjoyed it.